Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again for your mid-April 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Aquarius. And everybody's been asking me about my sex and relationships videos, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting those, but I really wanted to. Everybody gets mad if I don't do the mid readings with my regular deck. So I am back doing your mid-April reading with my regular Shadowscapes deck, and stay tuned for more videos, and feel free to email me if you'd like a private reading. My email is elizabetholson31@gmail.com. A lot of people have been asking me about doing half-hour readings, and I always tell people I don't do a 30-minute reading option because my readings average about an hour and a half, because usually people elect to do more as far as having questions and stuff. So at this time I'm just doing the 1 hour, which is $75, or the 2 hour, which is $150, and basically I don't need any information, before time, like date of birth or anything like that, although I can do, look at the birth chart. I also don't really do any aspects because I don't consider myself a professional astrologer. I mainly work with the tarot and work with the angels and do healing things, but I usually refer out if people want to do like compatibility or things like that. That's not what I do. So anyways, let's just get going here on the reading. This is for Aquarius. You got quite an interesting spread. This is mid-April, so this is for the last 2 weeks in April, and it tells me you've had quite a tough month, I would say. April's been kind of rugged. The word rugged is coming to my mind for you guys. The card in the beginning, the first card right out of the gate is the Devil card, and the Devil card is the card where it's being chained to the devil, it's been chained to money, it's been being chained to someone who has an addiction problem. You may just be around someone who has addiction problems, somebody who has drugs or alcohol. I don't remember what you got for the April reading, but this has come up, I feel like, before for you. So I guess what I'm getting for this is someone has the key to your heart, okay? And maybe they've opened it. Maybe for some reason, I feel like, again, it reminds me, like, you really have been dealing with someone, or you are in love with someone who has some problems, okay? And you may be in love with the devil, but they may not be, like, you may not perceive them as being the devil, or you may know very well that they are. But to me, it feels very much like you need to kind of break free of the mindset that you're in. You know what I mean? Whether it's a job or whether it's a person. I do feel very much like this is a person in your life. This is like the center of everything. So that to me means that you are at the heart of everything. You're struggling with this person, and you feel stuck or like trapped in some way. Like maybe you don't have the kind of freedom that you would like, or maybe you're feeling like you're not as free of responsibilities as you would like, and so this is you, Aquarius guys. Typically, there's a male and there's a female here in this image, okay? That's how I see it. So, Aquarius guys, you may be the devil, or someone you know may be the devil as well, okay? Because it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying, Aquarius guys are the devil. I'm not saying that at all, okay? So, it may be someone you know, okay? And then, Aquarius ladies, you may be in a relationship with someone, or you may like someone that has some issues, some problems, and you need to break free of this. You need to break up with this person or break free of this in some way, okay? So that's you. You're the one who feels very, very trapped and stuck. I feel like Aquarius guys, it's you just having to deal with this person, or this is some temptation. And it is temptation for male and females, okay? Both Aquariuses, male and females, there may be some temptation that you feel is happening, okay? And so that is, you're tempted by someone or something, okay? And usually it's substance, okay? But it doesn't have to be. So in a way, ladies, it could be the devil is someone that's tempting you, like to do something which you wouldn't normally do. Maybe, you know, they're in a relationship and, you know, you want to sleep with them. Maybe that's the temptation, you know, to want to sleep with them. But there's an element of it's not quite right, okay, here. And I always think as I'm getting this now, I always think that I was going to say that this situation is something that you need to break free of, okay, and free yourself from. But it's funny because there's this little, I would say, skeleton. And it reminds me of this. It's hard to see it, and you're not going to be able to see it here. Chances are my camera is not that good. Right there. It basically, the devil has this person or this little fairy on strings. Okay, so they're like the master puppeteer. Okay, but the figure itself reminds me of those wooden sculpture statues that you use in art school to do like sketching and stuff from. So the word artist came to my mind, and then con artist came to my mind. So the devil is kind of like the epitome of the con artist, the person that really gets away with a lot. It isn't expected to own up to their situation, or doesn't take responsibility for their issues. They may go and blame others for their issues, but they're also always trying to swindle. They're always trying to get something, you know, that they get at the end of the day. Okay, so I know I'm going on about this card. And I will say these two cards are linked together, okay? So you have kind of what I call a little brick here. This is the card that's in the past, and this is the fear card. This is negative headspace. This is worries, and fear of commitment. But it's weird because this person is looking up at this situation. So to me, they're afraid of being trapped. They're afraid of being stuck. They're afraid of being in a relationship where you're restricted. And it's so interesting because Aquariuses can't stand restrictions. They need their freedom. They need to feel like, you know, the world is their oyster and they can kind of do what they want. You know, you like those little fish movements that I was doing there. So yeah, to me, you're afraid of being committed because maybe you feel like you're trapped. And what's coming to me is there is, and I always quote Sex and the City. There's this one part in Sex and the City where I think Samantha goes, she's trying to get Richard Wright to, in a way, commit to her. And she ends up going and sleeping with some guy in the bathroom, and then, you know, he comes out, the guy that was in the bathroom with her comes out and zips up his fly, and then Richard said, you know, he realizes that he can't be with Samantha because she's not going to be committed, you know, to him. And he said, I think the words were monotony. Monogamy is like monotony. And then he had said, I think he had made the concession that he said, he thought that he kind of said, well, it would be okay to be monogamous with her because it would be a lot of fun, you know? And he couldn't imagine being with somebody else monogamous with. And so in a way, you're afraid of commitment. You're afraid of monogamy, which may end up being monotony to you, and it may make you feel trapped or stuck. Some of you may just have had a lot of negative head, stuff going on beginning of April. Just a lot of negative emotions, or there could have been somebody who has a lot of negative emotions around you, and they're in a negative headspace, okay, and they're afraid. They have a lot of fears. If that's not you, this is somebody else. Aquarius women, this is a guy. It doesn't have to be Aquarius guy, okay? This could be, I feel like it could be any one of the signs, personally, because... this is the Nine of Swords, although it may more than likely be another air sign. Could be Gemini, Libra, or another Aquarius that you were dealing with, although it doesn't have to be. To me, this card epitomizes fear and being afraid. And what is being afraid? Well, being afraid that you're not going to find a relationship, or that you're, not going to find a job, or maybe you're afraid that, you're not going to, do more with your career, that you're going to end up not doing enough, with your life, or something like that. So those are the kind of things that run through somebody's head when they have a lot of fear in their headspace. So these two things really go together. To me, fear of commitment is very strong for you. So I feel like, in the past, maybe in the month of April, you're really thinking about what commitment means to you. You're thinking about what you want in a committed relationship. You don't want monotony. You want monogamy, right? But they're very similar, right? And you don't want to get stuck in something that you're going to be unhappy with. So this is the challenge. You need to kind of work on breaking free, finding the balance between freedom and having a relationship. Right? If a relationship is what you want with somebody else, if you don't want to be alone. See, the problem is there's a duality to Aquariuses, because Aquariuses don't like to be alone. They're the epitome of loner, but deep down inside, they're lonely. They're lonely a lot. They can be very lonely. And so it's important for an Aquarius to find the balance between having a relationship and dealing with the mundane aspects of that relationship. So what's crossing you right now is actually the Sun card. And I'm getting the words, your day in the sun has come, okay? Or is coming, okay? To me, this is joy. This is absolute joy. This is feeling really good. For those of you who are, living in a place where there's, warm weather, to me this is warm weather, blue sky, sunshine. This is a really good, feel-good moment, okay? And this is what's crossing you. So to me, even though you're dealing with some temptation, maybe you're dealing with someone who has an addiction problem, maybe you're in a relationship that's become monotonous, and you want to get out of it. Your day, there is going to be some good, feel-good moments coming for you in the beginning of the second half of April, okay? So it's coming. If you don't feel this now, you should feel it very soon, okay? Now, in the recent past, you got the King of Pentacles, and followed shortly thereafter by the King of Cups, okay? So some of you ladies may be dating. Okay, there's two different guys here. And some of you may, to me, it feels more like financial success in the recent past. It doesn't feel so much as these two people. I don't feel like they're people. I feel like this is financial. The King of Pentacles, to me, is financial success. It is, and I'm getting a tingle on this, it is feeling like, you're kind of working on a nest egg. You have money. There's some money to be had, kind of thing. And you've got the King of Cups, which is emotional contentment. So for you to have this Sun, which is joy and happiness, and this is beautiful energy, and right next to prosperity and emotional contentment, to me, things are good. You don't have a good foundation. Things in the past have not been good, okay? So you need to work on creating a foundation for yourself. Or maybe you feel like maybe you feel like you don't have a foundation. Maybe you're afraid of being trapped, or you're afraid of change, or you have this non-foundation. Because to me, the foundation in the readings also kind of mirrors what I would say is the foundation in life. That means, things haven't been as stable for you as maybe you would like. Okay. Maybe it's, to me, in the distant past, you didn't have a foundation. I feel like now you do. Okay. Now you have the prosperity. Now you have this emotional contentment. Now you have the sun. Now it's your time to shine, basically. But in the past, you didn't. In the past, you were doing a job just to do it. You were afraid of commitment. You were afraid of relationships. You just really maybe were tempted by somebody or something. But now I feel like you're going to be moving past that. You're going to be moving out of that, okay? And in the future, you've got the Wheel of Fortune card. And the Wheel of Fortune is the free will card.